Okay, let's talk about the DICOM conformance statement. By comparing the conformance statements from two different implementations, a knowledgeable user should be able to determine whether and to what extent communications might be supported between the two implementations, according to NEMA. That is a fancy way of saying if you have a DICOM conformance statement from a CT scanner and a DICOM conformance statement from a PACS, you ought to be able to put those two documents side by side, compare them, and figure out how those two devices work together. So, the DICOM conformance statement will tell you how an AE will communicate with other AEs on your DICOM network. What is a DCS? A DICOM conformance statement is a very technical document that describes the DICOM capabilities of a product, system, software, or medical device. The DICOM conformance statement is typically 300 pages long and full of complex DICOM terms and jargon. Why would I read this? There are two reasons to open the DCS. One, to evaluate a product before a purchase. And two, when something goes wrong. Sometimes other departments will purchase a DICOM device without consulting you, and so you didn't have a chance to read the DICOM conformance statement. So when they ask you to connect it to PACS, that's the perfect time to say, can I see the DICOM conformance statement for that product you bought? So here's a real-world example. Let's say you have a bone density system that produces this lovely PDF report, and you want to attach it to the imaging studies in your PACS so that when opening the study from the PACS workstation, the images and the report can be reviewed together. That's a pretty good goal. So you have this report that comes along with a bone density study. You want to put those with your images. When the tech clicks send, there's an error saying one or more files were not stored. You check the bone density unit send log, and you find the error encapsulated PDF storage SOP class rejected. Oh, I wonder if that SOP class is supported by this unit. So now is the perfect time to pull out your DICOM conformance statement. Right? So I got to do some reading. Does my bone density support the SOP class encapsulated PDF storage as a SCU? Does my PACS support the SOP class encapsulated PDF storage as a SCP? So this is why we've been teaching you DICOM, so that I can now talk to you like a PACS admin, and I can say, does my PACS support the SOP class encapsulated PDF storage as a SCP? And you understand what I'm speaking, and it doesn't sound like I'm talking in Greek. So now I have to pull out the DCS for both the bone density unit and PACS, and it turns out that the bone density unit supports it as a SCU, but my PACS does not support encapsulated PDF storage as a SCP. So now, the only thing I can do is wait until there's an upgrade of the PACS system that then does support encapsulated PDF storage. And this is just one real-world example of when you would need to review the DICOM conformance statement. So, how do you read this monster document? Well, the good news is all DICOM conformance statements have the same four parts. They have an overview, they have data flow diagrams, network configuration, and supported SOP classes. So, the overview section. The overview section helps you answer two basic questions. What is this modality, and what can it do? It lists the SOP classes and tells you whether it supports them as a user and/or provider. Can C-Echo? Is C-Echo supported to this device? Well, C-Echo is the verification SOP class, and yes, it's supported as an SCU, and yes, it's supported as an SCP. So that tells me that, yes, I can both C-Echo to and from this device. Data flow diagrams. This shows how the vendor imagines the data flow working. The circles on the left represent the action taken on the modality, and the circles on the right represent what the vendor thinks the other application entity should do. It's a graphical representation of how it should work in your environment. It's important to remember that this is how they think it should work. There's no guarantee that it will work that way. So when a user clicks echo, the other device should respond. When a user on this device clicks search, the other device should sending matching results, and so on and so forth. So it's what you do on this side, what the expected outcome is on that side. Like I said, it's an expected outcome. The network configuration. This tells you the vendor preferred configuration settings and the default AE title plus port settings. So remember, you need to know AE, port, and IP address. It doesn't tell you the IP address because that comes from your own network, but it tells you the default AE title for this device is DSRSVC, and it tells you that it connects on port 104. And last but not least is the supported SOP classes. This is the most important part of the DICOM conformance statement. This will tell you the exact sequence of every DICOM communication. It takes time to review, but you want to make sure it matches up with your PACS DICOM conformance statement. Otherwise, you might waste a day trying to send a PDF from the bone density unit. Not that that's ever happened to me. So in this section, you get the supported SOP classes. It's kind of like the overview, but in much greater detail, and it tells you exactly how it performs each SOP class. Thank you for watching.